The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by Solar Ray, Jukido Academy, Meadows Academy, Huntington Learning Center, Altitude Trampoline Park, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
The kids are all going back to school. I have two who just went back to school this week. One of them was very excited. The other one hated school and always has. But what a great time to do a Best Back to School episode. It is an important time in kids' life, also parents' life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a parent and I don't have a kid, so.
During back to school time when you were a kid, did you enjoy it? Were you like, yes, I can't wait to get back to school?
I love school. I was a little schoolgirl.
My daughters this morning, one of them, the 4-year-old, was running around on tiptoes around the house. She was so excited.
See, that would be me.
And
it's exciting.
My 10-year-old, who's going into 5th grade, was like really almost in tears, and she's been like that every year. So kids are different, but very much an important time in children's lives, of course. A lot of happy parents out there too, let's be quite honest here.
Yeah.
But we have some great back to school businesses to tell you about today. Quick break. When we return, best back to school in all of Central Florida. Can't figure out what I love more, Solar Ray or Michael Brown's owner. Michael, how are you? It's good to have you back here, buddy. I know. I love Solar Ray. I just think it's crazy out there, people who own a house but have not gone solar yet. What are the reasons to go solar?
Well, you're locking in your utility rate today, right? There's a 2.5% historical inflation rate in utilities. And you can lock that in today with whatever size system and whatever savings you're going to get out of that system today, is you're going to get an additional return of 2.5% per year.
You've been around since 2003 at least, maybe a little bit earlier even. A lot of solar companies have popped up, but these companies are more like sales organizations. What separates Solar Ray from the rest?
Well, I'm in this at the very beginning to try to do well by doing good, right? So that's a saying out there, and what it is, you know, of course I need to make a living, but I also want to be able to do something for the community and for my neighbors and for the rest of Central Florida. While I'm doing that, it makes me go to sleep well at night.
And while you're doing that, you're saving me money on my electricity bill, and generally speaking, quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it could be the entire bill. It's up to you. What's your budget on what you want to have as an expense? And it could be all the way down to zero, right?
Yeah.
So, and you can get loan packages and a price point where you're saving money from day one. The second that it's turned on, the second that the utilities change the meter, you can be saving money that day.
And not only am I getting a tax credit, also, I don't necessarily have to write a check at all at the beginning.
No, of course the price is always better. Cash is king,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, you can get interest rates all the way down to 0.99% still today with interest rates.
0.99 with
Yeah.
mortgage rates where they are. That's unbelievable.
Yep.
Keep up the great work. So we love Solar Ray.
Thank
Michael,
you.
always
Love
great.
you too.
Do yourself a favor. If you have a house, you don't have solar, call Solar Ray today.
The following Best of Central Florida Makaila's Choice is sponsored in part by Jukido Academy and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
So school's back in session, but that doesn't have to be a bore. And more importantly, we're going to interview a business that really makes a difference in the community. So Makaila's choice for best back to school business are my friends over at Jukido Academy, and I am joined by the founder, George. Happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So 23 years in business.
October will be 23 years. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Longest running?
Longest running martial arts school of any kind in Flagler County. Yeah.
So let's address, talking about like martial arts, because
Sure.
I think there's a stigma kind of associated with it, like, oh, I'm teaching people how to fight. What do you have to say to that?
Well, what I would say is, like, for me, I get if it's a school that's not properly teaching people martial arts, I can understand that. But teaching someone martial arts and claiming that they're going to be more violent or be more likely to get into fights is kind of like telling someone who goes to firefighting school that they're more likely to be in a situation that's they're more conducive to be in a fire, right? You go, well, actually, it'd probably be the opposite, right? They're more aware, they know how to avoid the situation, and God forbid, if they are in that situation, they have the tools and the training and the knowledge necessary to be able to eradicate that situation. And I think that martial arts is something analogous to that, right? So we train kids or adults so that they can be aware of that type of combative energy, how to avoid those situations, and if in the worst case scenario, God forbid, they find themselves there, they know how to remove themselves from that situation in a way that is efficient and justified and appropriate based on the circumstance that they find themselves in.
Definitely. I mean, as kids go back to school, bullying, unfortunately, seems to be a recurring problem in schools across the country. Yeah. I mean, what advice do you have for parents or kids who are dealing with that?
So I think for parents, the most important thing, as counterintuitive as it may seem, is I tell parents all the time that you have to give your kids permission to defend themselves. Now, that doesn't mean that you're needlessly encouraging people to get into fights, or someone makes fun of Timmy's shoes and now he's got to go over there and choke the kid out or something. Yeah. However, if you're under physical assault, whether you're an adult woman in a parking lot or a kid in a school, if someone's grabbing you and pushing you up against a locker, putting you in a headlock, or they're hitting you, you absolutely have the right to protect your physical autonomy, right? So if someone's making fun of your shoes, let it roll off the back, right? If someone's has something to say, that's fine. But as soon as it gets physical and you're physically in danger, you need to be able to protect yourself. And kids need to know that. And parents need to let their kids know that, again, the kind of the yin-yang relationship. Mm-hmm. You don't get into needless altercations, but on the flip side, you're valuable enough to protect. And if I was there, I wouldn't let someone harm you, but I might not be there. So you need to protect you. And you have, kind of the, not only the right, but the responsibility and the permission to do exactly that if worst case scenario happens.
So let's say, a kid comes in, how many classes do they kind of have to take to learn a few basic moves?
So within the first day, they're going to learn 4 or 5 basic self-defense techniques, kind of our equivalent to the ABCs. Now, they're not going to leave their Jason Wicker or Jason Bourne or John Wick, right? Yeah. But they certainly will be more capable when they left their first day than when they first came in. And like playing a musical instrument or learning a language, the more you do it, the more competent you're going to get at it.
What are your main goals for people who come and spend some time with you?
So I would say, broadly speaking, 2 main goals. As we always say, we want to teach people self-defense and self-perfection, right? So the perfection of their character, is kind of a goal that's hard to achieve, right? Mm-hmm. But you're striving for that. And the true ability to protect themselves. And the martial arts climate that we're in now, there's so many schools that are teaching for sport, or there's kind of the kiddie karate programs. And, we want to make sure that people are getting something with some real teeth that really has value, and at the same time is kind of intertwined with the traditional martial arts philosophy of being an honorable, courageous, loyal, polite individual.
And you wrote a best-selling book recently. How's that been going for you?
It's been going pretty well, much better than I truly ever expected, because it's kind of a niche topic, which is the Jujutsu, history of Jujutsu in America. The name of the book is The Founding of Jujutsu and Judo in America. And it went on Amazon, and then under the martial arts category, it kind of blew up, and it's been doing pretty well, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Wow, good job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making a difference in the community, teaching people how to protect themselves, George. You're absolutely crushing it over at Jukido Academy, and we will be right back after this short break with People's Choice.
The following Best of Central Florida People's Choice is sponsored in part by Meadows Academy, Huntington Learning Center, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
Best back to school continues with our good friends up in Sanford. It is Meadows Academy. Rochelle is here, the director. Hello, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon.
What a great job you guys do up there. What age group actually goes to your school?
We actually take infants all the way up through 4 years old in VPK. We also serve before and after school for elementary age students.
Got it. So VPK, does the government chip in on VPK or something? I don't know how that works.
Believe it or not, VPK is very, very complimentary, 100% free
Really?
from the government. It allows for 4-year-olds to have 3 hours a day of preschool for free at our school.
I would imagine that for parents out there deciding what school to send their young children is one of the more important decisions they will ever make. Why Meadows Academy?
Meadows Academy is a Christian school. We have a very strong foundation, and that's something a lot of parents look for. We are also very conveniently located in Sanford, right off of Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And most of all, we have a family environment there. All of our teachers and staff treat every child as their own.
Vegan or vegetarian menu, I believe, as well for kids.
Yes, vegetarian. We do that for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because our sponsored church that works together with us on our campus is Seventh-day Adventist. So they do have a health message related to everything that they do, and that includes our preschool. Another reason is to reduce the chances of cross-contamination. We don't want to be mixing chicken and fish and vegetables and serving it to kids. That's not a good day for anyone. Another reason is because some of our little ones don't have their molars yet to be able to chew the food properly and have those 24 chews and get it down. Probably the biggest reason of all is just because there are some families that eat organic grass-fed beef only, some that don't eat chicken, some that don't eat fish. It's just really a good compromise for all diets.
You guys are doing such a great job. Business is booming to the point where you're hiring.
We are. We're looking for very qualified, passionate people. No experience is necessary. If you have worked with children in the past, that's one of the biggest qualifiers we're looking for, just someone with a passionate heart.
What did the pandemic do to you? What did it do to the kids during this last, 2.5 years now?
So a lot of our kids will go up to different machines and try and put their hand under because they think it's a hand sanitizer.
Really?
Yes, they know how to wash their hands very well, which is excellent.
Yeah. The benefit I never thought about is kids know how to wash their hands more than ever.
Yes, but we are seeing a huge lack of social emotional development in our kids just because they've been stuck at home.
They have. I never really thought of that. If you think about someone who's just starting at age 3, they've hardly been out of the house. So you are seeing them in a little bit of a different development stage than you did before at that same age.
Exactly right. We do see a lot of our 3- and 4-year-olds just trying to get back to what they called normal. We were using masks before during the pandemic time. Now we're mask optional. So our kids are very happy to see each other's smiling faces.
I bet. And you really are a family over at Meadows Academy. And the most important part of our lives is our kids, of course, and you treat the students, you treat your kids like they're your own, do you not?
Exactly right. We have had teachers there that have been there for 10, 12, even 15 years at the same location, the same organization, and that's just because they want to see these kids growing up, growing with the families, and they want to see the development that they have over a span of years.
And it's not too late. Keep up the great work, but it's not too late. If I want to talk to you about enrollment or aftercare, pre-care, I can do it right now, can't I?
Absolutely.
Awesome, Rochelle. So nice to meet you over at Meadows Academy. They're doing a great job up in the Seminole County area, easy in, easy out. And that's important when it comes to kids. When you're dropping them off, you're picking them up, you need something that's convenient so you can go about your day. But most importantly, they're going to take great care of your kids. Call them today.
As Best Back to School Business continues, we're so excited to be joined by the Huntington Learning Center. I'm joined by Sharon and Aziz. Happy to have you all here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Aziz, tell me, what exactly is the Huntington Learning Center?
Well, Huntington Learning Center is a comprehensive tutoring and test prep facility. We work with students from kindergarten to 12th grade. We work directly on their academic skills, and it shows directly to their improvement in grades and test scores.
Well said, well said. Sharon, so I've got to know, as school starts back up, what advice do you have for parents as they go back to school?
Well, the most important advice we have is that they make sure that their child is ready academically for this new grade. Mm-hmm. The new grade is going to have all its new challenges, and we just want to make sure that they have the skills necessary to succeed. So, for example, children in kindergarten, first, second grade, they're learning how to read, they're learning how to sound out words, and they're doing some basic comprehension. We want to make sure that those students are ready to be challenged in that way. And then with the middle school and high school students, in addition to the reading comprehension, they also need to have strong math skills and the ability to write well. And so we recommend that parents bring their child to Huntington, and we can do an academic assessment to make sure that they have those skills in place. We do a diagnostic assessment to see where their strengths and weaknesses are, and then we can put a plan together to help them build on any of the weaker areas. And you know, when a student has strong academic skills, it gives them a lot of confidence and motivation to succeed as well.
And speaking of parents, Aziz, how do parents get started with a Huntington tutor?
Well, we have about 300 locations nationwide, but in Central Florida, we have 10 locations to serve all areas. You can give us a call at 1-800-CAN-LEARN, or you can reach us on our website, huntingtonhelps.com.
And now I am joined by Wei, Natalie, and Anna. So excited to be talking about Huntington. But why don't you introduce them to us, because I know they have a special relationship with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one of my very proud students, Natalie, who finished our program, and she became an honor student, and Mom will tell you more about it. This is her mom.
Hi. So nice to have you both here. How excited are you?
I'm super excited.
Good. We're excited to have you here. So tell me, why did you choose Huntington?
Oh, I went to Huntington. When I was in 6th grade, I went to Huntington. My parents chose for me to go there because I was struggling, and it just built such a confidence, and I had such a good experience. I made friends, the teachers were great, and so because of that great experience, when I noticed that she needed a little boost of help, I said, let's contact Huntington and see if we can get her an assessment. And Wei was amazing. The teachers were amazing. Mr. Will, he was amazing. And so we decided to move forward, and now she's blossoming.
So tell me, what do you love most about Huntington?
I love the teachers. They're so nice, and it just made me, I just feel so more confident in school.
Oh, well said. Well, that's really important, huh? So Wei, tell me, what's the Huntington approach to helping high school students with the ACT and SAT? Because that can be tricky.
That's a wonderful question. With a lot of changes in tests optional in certain states, and then the new digital testing on SAT coming 2025, we are the resource for our community. We are 300 locations strong. We have 10 serving Central Florida. Our approach to SAT and ACT is all personalized. I personally can tell you, I would love to have resources like that when I was taking those standardized tests. So our exam prep program is unique based on the assessment tests when they first came to our center, and based on those scores, our lesson plan is applied based on what they need the most.
Well said. Well, do yourself a favor and check out the Huntington Learning Center, and we'll be right back after this short break.
The following Best of Central Florida Justin's Choice is sponsored in part by Altitude Trampoline Park and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
And finally, my favorite portion of the program, and this one is special to me, Best Back to School. Justin's Choice goes to Altitude Trampoline Park. I'm so excited. We go here all the time. My little daughters love it. Nicole Cruz is here. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. It's awesome to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's always a treat having someone on where I literally go to once a week at least. My daughter's obsessed. The only thing I don't like about Altitude is that dragging my kids out of there because they don't ever want to leave.
And you know what? That's our goal. Honestly,
that's how it works.
Honestly, we love that's like music to our ears.
And see, I thought it was just Sanford. I go to the Sanford location. Right. I didn't know you had a Kissimmee location.
Yeah, so we also have the Kissimmee location. It's actually at the Loop. So it's behind the Nike factory. It's very hidden back there. We also have the Bradenton location, which should be opening soon. That one's still currently under construction. Why
do you love being part of this brand?
I love the family environment. So I come from a big blended family, and I currently have a blended family of my own. So it's just nice to just come to that family environment.
One of the things I think maybe parents are freaked out by trampolines. They don't want a trampoline in their backyard. This is a little bit different. Safety is of top priority to you.
Right, so safety is very important. I'm currently the operations specialist, so I do oversee kind of like safety protocols, any sort of policies that they should be following, and anything like that. So safety, we do strive to provide a safe environment. We also do like very detailed inspections and anything like that, so we want to make sure that when our guests come to our park, they're not worried about safety at all.
Of course, you can walk right in and pay for the day or pay for the hour, but there's also a membership opportunity, which I know we're a part of.
Yeah, so it's awesome. It's a $10 membership. It's a monthly charge. You guys can cancel anytime, and then it does have oh my goodness, like hourly, daytime, jump time. And then you also have other perks with the membership. So you have buddy passes, parent passes, you get other special discounts and offers, such as like birthday party discounts.
One of the most cool things is when you go there and you see someone having a birthday party or really any type of party there, and all the kids are super excited to run around. You guys do a great party.
Thank you. Yeah, we love it. The kids do have a lot of fun. It's very organized as far as they have scheduled dodgeball games and scheduled pizza and cake time.
Yeah, I love it. What would you say the atmosphere is like in altitude?
Sure, so we do strive to create that nice, comfortable atmosphere for our parents. We want to make sure that our guests are able to come to a safe environment where they can still focus on their active family fun.
And you have plenty of people working there too, almost like I call them the lifeguards. I'm sure you have another name for them, but there are plenty of people out there to make sure that our kids are safe and making sure everyone's obeying the rules.
Right, yeah, so our team, we call ourselves our team. I call my staff family, so we like to make sure that our staff is taking care of your kids as well. So our court monitors will keep an eye on your children while they're anywhere on the court, and then we have front desk, which will kind of just check you guys in, create that first impression for you guys.
And there's a wide range of ages that I see that really enjoy coming to altitude.
Definitely. We have junior jumpers. So our junior jumper time is any time during the week, Monday through Thursday. And then you'd have your jumpers 6 and under. Those are the ones that are going to be having the most fun during that time.
My favorite is basketball, or certainly dodgeball as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would challenge you to dodgeball.
I would beat you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard funny things tonight, but that's right.
Yeah, we also have new attractions going in. So we have the Valo. Valo is an interactive game. Now we know we have our interactive gamers in the house. So in order to keep them active, we added air tracks in front of our Valo. So it keeps them actively jumping while they're currently playing a video game for the most part.
I love altitude, Nicole. You guys keep up the good work, please. I'm sure I'll see you later this week again.
Thank you. Yeah, come by. Come check it out.
Great job. Do yourself a favor. Visit Altitude Trampoline Park, Kissimmee, Sanford, and soon to be on the West Coast. A lot of great things to do for children. Back to school here in Central Florida, Makaila.
Yeah.
And I know you don't have kids yet, but trust me, parents are excited about back to school more than anyone.
And who wouldn't be?
Excellent job today, and as always, great job to our WKMG base crew. Even Steve Tyson gave us water. I mean, everyone did a good job today, it seems like, don't you think?
Great team.
Most importantly, thank you for joining us. Hit record series now, and we'll see you next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by Solar Ray, Jukido Academy, Meadows Academy, Huntington Learning Center, Altitude Trampoline Park, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.